heaven, I know it in thy deed, a worthy deed, no doubt, to bring our foes what surely was deserved recompense. Oh, heaven hath borne with thy gleaming wrath, though a trifle it might seem to thee. It would please me much partake. O sigh of thou danced with passing wrath and beauty, I have never. Skull, O great, and wert thou by this old maid unduly pushed into facing such labors as thou didst? Has our grave resentment fettered thee? With such bounteous fury didst thou dance. I cannot presume thou didst not suffer. Please, I ask thee, allow thyself some rest. None of the tower would dare interfere, and if one should, I'll see to them myself. Apologies, but wouldst thou mine eyes are oft apt to glaze over. The years taking their toll, 'tis plain to see. Even telling dream from reality is a task increasingly beyond me. Apology, but wouldst stop.
We got the scorpion stew, the basic one from earlier. I was meaning to replace this, and then she went on about some lore all of a sudden. I guess because we defeated Mesmer. I haven't checked in on her since. It boosts physical damage negation temporarily and gradually restores HP. Made with love by a certain elderly woman for the family table. Having long gone cold, the soup gives off a rank sour smell. So it figures there would be a better version. Gourmet scorpion stew, simmered in black soup, an exquisite dish chock full of mouth-watering scorpion claws. Boosts physical damage negation temporarily and gradually restores a great amount of HP. Seems nice. I wonder how long, if it's like a cheap, dirty buff for 30 seconds, because that's really inconvenient. If it's a long buff, that would be great. The thoughts and feelings of the cook melt and blend into the stew. But those who can distinguish the taste of love are far and few between. partake until they are sated. Okay, so maybe the HP is the only difference, or maybe the damage negation is bigger too. You can not hold very many of these. Hopefully, I think she's about to die, but I'm hoping I can stock up. Otherwise, it would be a very inconvenient thing to do for my Mishnah, is it? Did not mean to walk into her jungle. Aw, come on. Gourmet scorpion stew. Oh. Wait, is she still awake? Okay. Either she's about to die. Can't check because you can only hold two, one in storage, one on person. But maybe she doesn't die, and every time you come in here, you can grab another. maybe it only shows up if you don't have one, but I'm not gonna waste it to test out, at least not without a backup ready. Alright, I'll end the recording there since, actually this is gonna be just a short little update video. Lore, costume, outfit, fashion, roleplay. May remember I started with the Blythe mask when I was like a barbarian, and then I got this Rakshasa armor, which I really like, and it's finally goes good with the pelt of Ralva. But I don't use Baron cans, and so even though this looks really good, I farmed up the advanced Divine Warrior gear, and I finally got this beast helm. And you know what? At first glance, at first switch, the colors don't match as nice as that, but it still has the really cool hair. Like, who doesn't love the helmets that have hair on them, right? Especially this one. But this is like no good fit at all for color. But hey, we got some hair on here. Lovely, like you always wanted. And I think, yeah, I have white hair anyway, so it's like a good fit. And it's a beast face, just like Blythe and just like Rava. So, and it's a quality. It boosts your strength and your dexterity, which is literally perfect for this character. So, like, if I'm not gonna use this mask, then who the heck is? And yes, the big bobblehead version boosts by more, but it looks silly. Like, so this, at least it doesn't look as silly. It looks cool. Anyway, it boosts strength and dexterity, I think by 3 each, if I remember correctly. So I went ahead and adjusted my stats to give myself a little bit more endurance, because it does weigh more than the pelt helmet. But I also give myself a little mind back. So some time ago I needed 6 points, in order 6 points of levels to work into this new armor, and I kind of got those 6 levels back by using this helmet. This helmet does have a penalty, where it reduces your focus, and it makes your flasks less effective. But I think if I'm ever worried about the focus, I can just switch back to this. Or if I'm really worried about the flask, I can also switch back. But it's worth it for the fashion and the roleplay, I think the flask penalty is kind of the biggest penalty, because it is pretty bad. But I get most of my HP from regeneration and the this aromatic right here, uplifting aromatic. Like, you can save yourself a lot of HP that way, and that has nothing to do with your flasks. And furthermore, because I'm duping starlight shards, put in my little quick pouch, I got rid of all my blue flasks, and I put my starlight shards down there instead, and that way I can give myself all flasks. And like, who needs blue flasks anymore when you have, I mean, like, yeah, starlight shards is not an everyone thing, but when you have this blue blessed dew talisman, who needs it? Who needs blue flasks? And because I do dupe, I can add the starlight shards on top. Usually be just fine. I had 5 blue flasks before. I do not need 5 blue flasks. So now I have 14 red flasks. And I think that's the fashion update. I still had not faced Radon yet. No, I've not beat Radon yet, but I've been helping him in co-op a little bit just to feel him out. I'm torn between Giant Hunt and Charged R2 with Royal Knight Resolve. They both do really good damage. I think this does more damage, and it frees up the talisman to get some FP regen, which is really nice. Um, you can definitely notice the difference during the fight. But charging up an R2 is really dang slow, and it has less hyper armor than the Giant Hunt. So it's really hard to decide. And yeah, you could do the Axe Talisman, but then the Giant Hunt has the Chart of Alexander, and you don't always get the chance to fully charge. So if you're not going to always fully charge, maybe you want the Blessed Dew Talisman instead. It's really rough, and it doesn't help that you need so much defensive layers. So I might look at how I can compromise on defense, although it sounds dumb. Um, and it's really hard to deny the two-handed sword talisman because 20% buff is gigantic. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure it's full 20%. I've heard it somewhere, but I'm not sure if that's accurate information of the latest patch. Yeah, it makes it. I really, after watching some playthroughs, I think I don't want to use a shield because it's just getting in the way of a lot of damage, and a lot of times you can just brute force squeak by with an uplifting or aromatic if you know something big is coming. Yeah, it's kind of like there's no point in a shield without barricade shield. But if you barricade shield, then you're inconvenienced by not having your L2. So you have to constantly fumble in and out. It's very troublesome. So, fuck it, let's try no shield.